to Alongside Lauren. I'm Lauren, and I'm so glad that we get to spend a little bit of time together on this Sunday afternoon while I prepare a few bits and pieces that will hopefully make my life in the coming week just that little bit easier. This is my husband and sous chef Heath.
Hello, welcome.
And Heath is the reason why we are preparing sausage rolls for
Guess
this
you're
week.
right, yeah.
Technically.
Yes.
So we are going to be hosting State of Origin at our place this week, which is exciting.
Exciting for one of us.
Yes.
And you get to do some exciting cooking.
This is true.
Exciting for two of us in other ways.
Thank you. That's so kind. So I have prepared the majority of the sausage rolls, which is a mix that I had made yesterday, which consisted of 1 kilo of beef mince, as well as some onion and carrot and celery that I had cooked and added to 100 grams worth of polenta and a cup or thereabouts worth of liquid to go with that as well. So I'm using the polenta as the binding ingredient instead of using breadcrumbs or something like that. It was something that we used for sausage rolls that we had prepared for Mother's Day, and it worked really well. The flavour was fantastic. It did all the right things in terms of binding, and was just, I don't know, like it was a much nicer texture than breadcrumbs, I reckon. And it just sort of seemed to make the sausage rolls feel a little bit meatier. So what I'm going to do is I've got like pretty bulk standard puff pastry. It is black and gold. And I've just sliced that in half. And this is kind of the rhythm or process that I've been using to make the sausage rolls, and it's what I found sort of works for me. But I think ultimately it's just one of those things where you sort of find what works for you and keep doing it. So get the sausage roll mix and kind of make, who knew, a sausage shape down the middle of it.
Genius.
Yep. And do that on the other side as well. So one thing that is a little bit different is I've added in veggie stock concentrate because of course, but I have also added in rosemary because we've got beef and we just sort of thought that would be fun. But because of the beef and the rosemary, for the liquid that I had to sort of, I guess, reconstitute or cook up the polenta, I have used red wine. So we're hoping that it will bring a nice, really subtle additional depth of flavour there. Now, I have got in my little mug just milk. You could use an egg wash, but eggs are really expensive, so I don't want to do that. And so I've just brushed milk down one side, and what that does is it kind of just helps the puff pastry to seal. And I just roll the sausage roll, making sure that we've got a seal, and then gravity will kind of just sort it out.
So you're using the milk as like a glue?
Yeah, basically.
I wouldn't have thought that milk was a glue, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, because of what's in the pastry, basically flour, that will, when you've sort of activated it with the liquid there, that will help. And I don't need like a really intense level of stickage because there's a decent amount of weight in the sausage roll itself, which will kind of just hold it together. And I've just put a little bit more milk on top, and I will sprinkle a teaspoon per length of sesame seeds. I got this container of sesame seeds from Costco at the beginning of the year, and I thought there's no way that I'm going to use that many sesame seeds. I have used so many sesame seeds. And then I'm just going to cut these sausage rolls into 4 lengths per roll, which I reckon is like a good amount.
Yeah, it's still
Origin.
like a
Like, it feels
party
substantial,
size,
but
a
it's
little
not-
bit bigger. Yeah.
If you want to eat something else, it's not going to preclude you from other options.
So it makes sense to me that you've got the fold over bit where they're all joined on the underside, so they get a nice seal and pressed down a bit.
Yeah.
And visually, I guess it looks better too.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got it's tight, isn't it?
It is, but I
Yeah,
reckon
you've
I
done
can do
well.
it.
Look at that. Perfect.
Amazing. Now, before those go into the oven, we have got a lamb roast to take out.
Oh, fantastic. Do you reckon it's nearly ready?
I feel pretty good about it. It's
Oh,
smelling
boy.
amazing.
It is.
So it is a butterflied leg of lamb that I put a sort of herby salt rub on yesterday, and it's just basically done like a dry marinade overnight. When we opened up the container to get it ready to go in the oven, it just smelled spectacular. And so I've had it cooking away. Oof.
Oh yeah, there's a heap
With
of
some
heat that just
cauliflower.
came out. Oh yeah, cooked on a bed of cauliflower.
And look at that.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Oh, look. Nice.
I'm so happy with that.
Yeah.
So we've only done one sort of head of cauliflower. I'm going to do a salad to go with it as well. Because we've got State of Origin Wednesday night, we only actually need meals for 3 nights. That is an insane amount of meat for 2 people for 3 dinners. So whatever is left over, we will cut up and we'll pop it in the freezer to have for salad rolls in future, which works out really, really well. Just having the sliced up meat ready to go for a roll. And I don't know, like cold roast lamb on a salad, is just divine. So with these sausage rolls, because we are going to be like reheating them to eat during the week, I'm going to cook them so that the meat itself is cooked, but not so that the puff pastry is fully gone or fully cooked. So they will look a little bit anemic, but they're not going to poison anyone. Which, I feel like that's kind of base level expectation.
So when they come out, they'll be a little bit pale, like a little bit white.
Yeah.
Not have the real brown tops.
So I'll check them at 10 and see how they're going. And we've got some salad to sort of work through. But I thought I might so what I've done for breakfast for this week, normally would do like eggs on toast, but we've had a few weeks of eggs on toast. Just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I've made a frittata. So this is spinach, bacon, cheese, capsicum, carrot, as well as kale stems that I cooked with onion and garlic, and added some sourdough starter in as well, because why not? I also had some leftover disappointing bread. It's a very technical term, which I kind of tore and added on top a little bit like sort of croutons, I guess. And that will just add a little bit of texture, a little bit of, just something a bit different, a bit fun to add to it. And so we'll have that with some sauteed mushrooms and spinach for breakfast. But the perfect thing about that is it's really tasty cold, it's really tasty hot. So I've got a early morning meeting on Wednesday that I'll need to get to, and so I can have that all ready to go in the fridge, just take it and either sneakily not it while I am on the train, or potentially eat it, who knows, in the car. There are so many options of places that I could eat that. So I have got a salad that I was going to prep. Do you reckon we can natter away a little bit, and then we could check out the sausage
Yeah,
rolls
I think that
when they
sounds like
come
a
out.
great idea. What's the salad going to be made up of?
I was thinking, with lamb. Lamb, I think, always lends itself really well to sort of Mediterranean, Middle Eastern sort of style flavors.
Yep. Agreed. Definitely.
And I found a salad that I thought would be really fun. That was kind of that sort of style of salad. Thank you, darling.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got in the fridge in the garage downstairs, I cooked up a bunch of mung beans yesterday.
Right.
Because I bought mung beans from either Costco or from the Indian grocer.
Right. So, but either or, I'm sure that it was a huge quantity.
Yes, it was. It was. And I'm finding that mung beans are a really
Bulk.
good alternate to like green or brown lentils and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Did you tell people what we had for lunch?
Oh my gosh. We had...
Let's just quickly take a quick diversion to our lunch because honestly, this is very important.
I had this ridiculous idea
Yeah.
of creating like sort of Thai chicken loaded fries.
Loaded fries.
Yep.
But Thai chicken
But
on
Thai
top.
chicken. So we made fries and just
Yeah, as
had,
in you cut the
cut the
potato up, left the skins
left
on,
the
so we had
skins
nice
on,
skin potato
roasted
fries.
them with, or like sort of just popped them in the air fryer with a bit of peanut oil, a bit of chicken salt.
Yep.
Cooked them for 20 minutes,
Yep.
and then on top of that added some chicken thigh that I had cooked with a bit of onion and garlic. I chopped up some bok choy, mung beans that I had cooked as well, and then mixed that with a red Thai curry sauce, and then put that on top of the fries. Yeah, they're not the most appealing things, but
I think they look all right. They are a little more brown than
yes,
you might have wanted, but they still came
they
out
tasted
nicely.
great.
They did.
And then added cheese, some peanuts on top, because why not? Put it back into the air fryer for the cheese to brown, and they were
outstanding.
I was so happy with how they turned out.
When they came out of the oven, we thought that it was a bit big. Everything looked a bit big on the tray because we'd spread it out nice and thin, and so that we could get the cheese all over the top and melted. And actually, the cheese didn't just melt; it turned brown and like bubbled and beautiful.
Oh, and it was that sort of lightning in a bottle kind of moment when your leftovers combine, create something spectacular. And I think even if we tried to recreate it, it would be, I don't know, it would be so hard to recreate, but it was so good. So I've got a red onion that I'm going to take an inordinate amount of time to peel, because it's just, how sometimes you get onion and garlic that's just, it does not want to be eaten.
I agree wholeheartedly.
It does not want to be peeled.
It just plays games.
Yeah.
Plays games.
Quit playing games with my fingers. Sorry, I shouldn't do that because I'll get in trouble. For so many reasons.
Well, we're trying not to get any injuries for the next 3 weeks.
Yes.
So that is priority one.
Yes, we are staring down the barrel of T-minus marathon.
Oh boy. We're getting there though.
We're getting there.
And
We
we're
had our
going well.
last sort of big week and big run today.
This morning was the end of our peak of training. Now it eases off a little bit as we work our way down to the big one, the big moment.
So I've got one small-ish red onion that I have sliced thin-ish. I'll pop in here. And I have got some lime juice that I have already juiced.
Keep those seeds out.
Yep.
Is that what that motion is?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the other hand's doing. It is also confused. What are you doing there?
Brilliant.
Amazing. We also have a boatload of carrots that we'll need to grate. When I say boatload, these are enormous, so it'll be 2.
They are absolutely humongous.
So if you want to grab the...
I will find the grater.
That would be great.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry. That was terrible.
Hmm.
I couldn't even commit to it.
Yep. Alright.
I know, it's Heasley's favourite grater. You know how if you have more than one kind of thing of something that you have like your least favourite? Anyway.
Alright, let me get on grading duty. Now, I noticed behind us that there's a pile of sweet potato that's been roasted. What's the go with that?
Well, I've decided to just go completely wild this week and do a whole bunch of things that are a bit different to what we would normally do for our
lunches. Normally our lunches would be a bread roll with salad and some sort of protein.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And like there is still protein happening, but we're going to do a hunk of roast sweet potato and some Indian curry as kind of like a jacket potato style meal. We'll have it with some bit of spinach and sliced up cabbage on the side.
This has been pretty fascinating. Today we did loaded fries that were Thai inspired.
Yeah.
And this week we're going to do jacket potato that's Indian
apparently
inspired.
I'm just in my potato era.
And also just going off recipe and into a very interesting place. I love it. No, I'm very excited because if it's even half as good as today's lunch was, it's going to be great. So yeah, very cool. Can highly recommend a Thai red chicken curry loaded fries.
Right, I need turmeric, cinnamon, cumin, paprika, and I'm probably going to forget things. Turmeric. Okay.
Putting the carrot ends into your freezer bag.
Amazing.
For later. Exactly. Lauren used to say for later to her niece, and she would giggle, so it kind of stuck. Alright.
That sounds like...
What have we got?
Well, we've got sausage rolls that we're going to suss out.
Okay.
And see... I reckon we need
a little bit longer.
Yep.
Well, hopefully that is enough time for us to wrap up the salad.
But they're smelling really good.
So we've got our grated carrot.
We've got grated carrot.
I've just grated it. I haven't put it in case you didn't want to put it in just yet.
No, that is perfect. So I'm just going to add in the spice mix.
Great selection of spices today.
This is just it's a flavor profile and style that I really dig it. Alrighty, so we'll go half a tablespoon of turmeric. Half a tablespoon of cumin. half a tablespoon of cinnamon. And a touch of smoked paprika. A good pinch of crushed red pepper.
Is crushed red pepper just chili or something else?
Yeah, it's just not as intense as the last. The last one that we had, you basically just needed to open the container and that would be enough.
Absolutely. It was super spicy. Just a tiny pinch was so hot.
I've also got a couple of garlic cloves that I will just grate. That is a hefty.
Well, 2 giant carrots.
Yeah,
It's going to do that.
it will. And it did. So I'll mix the spices and lime. This is going to be so good.
Yeah, that is looking good already.
And it smells so good. I might end up adding the juice of another lime, but we'll see how it goes. And I will pop in the carrot. And those mung beans. Give that a good mix.
Well, that looks pretty cool. And I think that the orange helps the mung beans to...
Yeah,
the
with
colour
the colour.
to... Yeah. It has a bit of a old school sort of retro look to it too.
Oh, totally.
Just one of those classic old salads.
I think we'll add some fresh mint when we serve this on a bed of kale.
Nice. Yeah. That'll
I
help the
reckon-
colours and...
Yeah, that would be amazing. And I
Pop a
reckon
little
if we
more.
just add in that little bit of extra lime.
That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah, excellent.
Like, it's subtle,
Yep.
but really good. And I think that the flavours will just continue to meld and marinate as the week goes on, which will be spectacular. But I think that would be just about the right time for our sausage rolls.
Alrighty.
Whew. So you can see how they've got a little bit of colour. But they're not perfectly there yet.
Yep. Just a tiny, tiny touch of browning.
Which is exactly what we want. And they will be perfect to just go in the oven just before people arrive. And I'll look like a domestic goddess. And I hope that you have also had the opportunity to do a few little bits and pieces this afternoon to make you also look like you've got your life sorted. And if not, I hope that you've just had a really nice afternoon anyway. But we look forward to doing it all again next week on Alongside Lauren.